One of the most common ways people lose ground in recovery isn't emotional weakness, it's boredom. Boredom isn't just having nothing to do. It's the discomfort of being understimulated, disconnected from other people, and restless in your own skin. When that feeling lingers, the brain starts searching for something, anything that creates intensity or relief. Hey guys, I'm Dan, this is mindcarecompass, and I've been talking in this series about how recovery is like driving down a road filled with potholes, and so it helps to know where the potholes are to avoid them. Boredom is like a hidden pothole in recovery. It sneaks up on you. It doesn't feel dangerous until it is. For many people, boredom in early recovery is really a combination of two things. First is too much unfilled time, and second is too little social connection. If all my activities revolve around using and now I'm not using, that means I don't have anything to do. And if all my friends were users, now I have no friends. Boredom is especially risky because it doesn't trigger alarm bells. There's no crisis, no obvious emotional spike. Just a slow erosion of motivation and resolve. Thoughts like, what's the point? Or I just need something to feel different begin to show up long before the cravings feel intense. By the time boredom turns into a strong urge to use, that pothole has already been hit. Early addiction studies put rats alone in small cages where they could press a lever for drugs like cocaine. Many just kept pressing that lever over and over and largely ignored the food, which led scientists to believe that was evidence of how the drug itself was irresistibly addictive. But in the late 1970s, a psychologist named Bruce Alexander built something called Rat Park, which was a large shared enclosure with other rats, toys and tunnels, and space to explore. Those rats in Rat Park still tried the drug, but they mostly ignored it. The difference wasn't the chemical, it was the environment. One of the strongest predictors of addictive behavior isn't seeking pleasure, it's a lack of meaningful engagement. When the environment is empty, the drug becomes the most interesting thing available. That doesn't mean substances aren't addictive. It does mean environment and engagement matter more than we once thought. Musician David Crosby from Crosby, Stills and Nash, who struggled with addiction himself, put it simply, the secret of sobriety is learning to have more fun sober than you did when you were high. Boredom isn't a small problem in recovery. It's the warning sign that a sober life hasn't become rewarding enough yet. Success in recovery isn't just about quitting the drug, it's about building your own version of Rat Park. What actually helps is planning for boredom the same way you plan for stress or anger, as we've talked about in the other videos, and having a strategy of stimulating activity and social connection before boredom becomes intolerable. Now that might mean pushing yourself into situations that feel uncomfortable or awkward at first, like attending self-help groups, going to church, or joining a bowling league. It doesn't really matter what it is, so long as it engages your brain and provides contact with others. You're going to want to stick with it until your brain and nervous system learn how to live without constant intensity, and that process takes time. Boredom is a predictable pothole on the road of recovery. When you expect it, plan for it, and respond early, it loses much of its power. If you want to learn more about the other two main potholes of recovery, which are stress and anger, check out these videos here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.